9:30.
now I'm just looking
Checking
at
it out.
yeah. So what I
Okay.
do to start the day, every time I start, I always because there's different time frames you can look at. As I told you before, these are all the time frames that you can look at. But when you start trading, you're just gonna be focusing on four time frames, right? You're gonna have the 1 minute to the 5 minute time frames. All these time frames are good to always be looking at. Then you're gonna have the
Okay.
15 minute time frame as well, and the 1 hour and the 4 hour, and that's it. The 4 hour, the one
Okay.
hour, the 15 minute time frame, and from 5 to 1. Those are all the time frames you're gonna be looking at. Okay,
Okay.
so I look at the
All right.
highest time frame to start the day. I always look at the 4 hour time frame. So this is how the 4 hour chart looks. As you can see, it's a lot different. Like the time frames, the chart looks a lot different on each time frame, but it's the same
Yeah.
movements. Sorry, I'm a little sick right now. I don't know why. Okay, so I look at the 4 hour time frame, and I just mark out my highs and I mark out my lows. Up here, whenever we see we leave these wicks, all
Mhm.
these wicks up here, these are highs. And when we leave a wick below, so look, a high right here, a high, and then a low, a high
Okay.
and a low, a high and a low, a high and a low. So I mark out my highs and I mark out my lows to start the day. That's exactly what I do. So all of these up here are my highs. These are going to be called my draws on liquidity. All these wicks up here, this is where I want to see price to trade up to and take
Okay.
out these wicks that are left here. You can treat them as orders. So during the 4 hour candle, because each candle is 4 hours, so all these candles lasted 4 hours, right? So the reason
Okay.
why these wicks are left is because during during those 4 hours, price was over here at one point and then it retraced down, and this is where price closed at. Right here is where price closed. But at
Okay.
some point during that 4 hour candle, price was up here. So what it did actually is it left orders sitting up here. So when price comes up to take those orders out, you can see a rejection off of those orders because we have banks that has sitting orders up there during that price. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Vice
Yeah.
versa, the same thing on the low. So these are the lows that I marked out. So at some point during the 4 hour candles, the 4 hour candle was traded down here at this price. So what's down here? There's going to be sitting orders here. So we would see how price reacts when price comes down to sweep those orders if price wants to reverse. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Kind of.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so today coming to the market, I'm gonna be looking. So there's two terms you need to know. There's gonna be bullish and there's gonna be bearish. Bullish means price is going up. Bearish means price is going down. So this black candle, price is going down. This is a bearish candle, and then this white candle, price is going up. This is a bullish candle. Simple.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
simple. So bullish and bearish. Today, I'm going to be leading bearish for price because this was overnight. So this was
Uh huh.
last night. These all these candles were placed like during last night and last week. You see how last week we popped up a lot.
Yeah.
Last week this was last week's price. So we kept going up and up and up. What we did when we were going up like that is we actually left orders sitting all of these lines that I have marked out here because I marked them out myself. These lines. What price did was
Okay.
price left a lot of orders sitting down there. So today coming into the market, I want to see price trade down into these areas down here to sweep some of these orders before moving higher. So market opens in 2 minutes actually. So I'm gonna drop down to my lower time
New
frame.
York, right?
Yeah, this was London session and this was Asia session. We don't even worry about those sessions.
Okay.
So right now, New York is about to open in 2 minutes. So I want to see how price reacts when New York opens. You just be patient because we're not gonna just find a trade right off the bat. So we'll see
No
what we
problem, my
get
friend.
today.
I'm watching and learning.
Yeah.
Watching and
As
learning.
I before I take trades too, I'm gonna obviously break down the reason why I take the trade and stuff like that. But
Okay.
we'll see. I
Are
usually
you
don't take the
gonna
trade in. What was that?
you're gonna trade something today? To
Yeah,
some
yeah. So this is
planning
my
on trading?
account. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna trade to try to make some money today. So we'll see.
Okay.
Um, what was I gonna say? Um, I usually don't trade the first 15 minutes of market open
Okay.
because that's where a lot of manipulation is. You know, banks
Okay.
are like the Wall Street guys are all just seeing like stop orders, and the market's just sometimes it'll just be wicked all over the place. It hasn't really chosen a direction, so I like to let the market just cool down a little bit before I even look for a trade. You know, because during the first 15 minutes, there's a lot of volatility in the market. It hasn't really picked a side yet. Basically, it hasn't picked a side, so I
Okay.
want to see the market settle down and cool down, and then I'll look for a trade to take. So from
Got it. Got
now
it.
till 9:45, I will just be watching to see how the market's doing. This is actually the market opens in 20 more seconds. 20 seconds.
Okay. It shows you there. What program do you use to do this? What is to what?
What site?
Yeah, what side?
It's gonna be TradingView. This is the site right here, TradingView.com. And then I'm
Okay.
trading the right now. I'm trading the Nasdaq.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wow, wow,
I'm taking a snapshot so I can remember.
wow. Okay, so price just
It open already?
yeah. This is the opening candle. You see how big this candle is?
Okay.
This is why we
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
trade right when it opens because the market's it's just it'll either be a big candle up or a big candle down. It does whatever it wants.
Okay.
So so this is one thing you gotta know as well. So when we trade the Nasdaq is a part of the S&P 500. They're both pairs
Okay.
with each other, right?
Okay.
So whatever the S&P does, the Nasdaq will do. So you see how the S&P 500 swept this high, Nasdaq
Yeah.
and Nasdaq swept this high over here, but we still haven't swept the high here on S&P 500. So there's divergence inside the market. So I couldn't take anything unless I see the S&P 500 come sweep this high as well, because I don't want to enter. Maybe I try to enter a sell on here because I see this order is getting taken right here. Maybe I try to take a
Uh-uh.
sell and I still get stopped out. My stop loss still gets hit because we're what Nasdaq is doing is waiting for the S&P 500 to come up here to take their orders as well, because the S&P 500 is the leading pair. So the Nasdaq
Okay.
just follows what that does. So when you trade, you got to be looking at both of them just to make sure that what you're doing
Okay. Okay.
is right. You need to be looking at both indexes because the
Mhm.
S&P is the leading pair. Yeah, there's nothing to take right now. There's just markets just pumping. But this is good because you remember what I said. My bias is bearish. I want to look for sells.
Yeah.
It's good that the market is pumping like this because what the market is doing right now is it's actually leaving a lot of liquidity, leaving a lot of orders on the downside. That's what happens when it pumps up like this. It's what it's doing. It's leaving orders down here for me to come target. So now I have a lot more orders down here. I have down
Uh-huh.
here to target. I can target here. Like I have a lot more places that I can target. I can still target all of these lines down here. These are all orders that are
Mm.
sitting on the market. So this is good that the market's pumping up like this, because it's just leaving orders behind, leaving orders. It's just leaving a lot of
Gotcha.
targets to the downside for me to take. And right now, currently, I'm looking for shorts. I'm going to be actively looking to sell in the market at this
You're
moment.
gonna sell in the market?
Yeah, let me see if I get anything. But at this moment, I'm looking definitely looking for a sell in the market. want this first 5 minute candle to at least close first. This gray box
Oh,
that I have here,
that box.
this
Uh-huh.
gray
What's that
box that I
for?
just marked out, this is called an inefficiency in the market. So you see how the market had a very big move down here, very big move
Okay.
down. The market left this inefficiency. It's like, say there's trapped orders sitting inside this little gap. It leaves a gap. That's what the market leaves. It leaves a big gap when
Okay.
it has a big move like this down. And it's like a magnet for price. Price wants to come up to rebalance this area and rebalance some equilibrium. That's what the price chases. The price chases equilibrium. So what it can do is it either come up into this zone to test it. It's gonna always come test it because it's like a magnet. Price will always trade back into
Okay.
it. So it comes up
Uh-huh.
and it will either respect the gap and then trade lower, like it will come up and then trade lower to continue the downwards trend. Or what it can do, which is probably doing right now, it can disrespect it and then we'll have a candle
Uh-huh.
close above the inefficiency. If we have a candle close above it, which it looks like we're gonna have here, that means price is disrespected it and price will
Okay.
continue to trade higher. But so we have to watch for, but we have to wait for a candle close. So this 15-minute candle closes in 9 minutes. So we still couldn't take anything at the moment because it still hasn't closed above it because it can still reject. It can still reject and
Mm-hmm.
then trade lower because there's no close of the
Okay.
candle. So we'll see how the candle closes and then maybe that will help us decide if we should be entered a trade or not. Okay, so we
Okay.
left this big inefficiency here on the 5 minute. This is a 5 minute chart. We left a very big gap. You see, it's a big. You left a huge gap here on the 5 minute chart. So we
Okay.
drop down to the 1 minute. The 1 minute is gonna go trade into it right now. Actually, at the moment, I want to see how price reacts when it comes down.
Sure. Hmm. So you gotta leave that gap right there.
Yeah,
Choose.
and just watch how price. I want price to come back down into it and see how price reacts there.
Okay.
I think maybe I'm gonna have to look for buys because we're just we're just pumping, man. Another thing that plays into fact is news. So all this stuff with Venezuela and Trump just announced some credit card news as well. Some stuff about credit,
Mhm.
like news affects the market a lot. So we're
Right.
pumping like this because we had bullish news recently. So this is why we're just you haven't seen a single red candle yet. It's just up, 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 up.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
this market right now is reacting off news. So there's nothing for me to really take yet. I don't see anything at all. I just gotta wait. Because we have this inefficiency here, this little gap too that price just traded in as well.
Mm.
But we still haven't even closed above this one, so there's nothing yet really.
Okay.
Yeah, there's really nothing. Actually, maybe if price comes down into here, maybe if price comes down into this zone, I could actually look for a
Okay.
buy and then maybe target this liquidity up here.
So if you sell, your goal is to sell for a higher amount of money that you
Yeah,
buy
exactly.
it for.
You sell high and you buy low. So because we're
Mm-hmm.
so high up right now, you see how much we pumped
Mm-hmm.
up. We're so high up.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to buy because I know that the market will always retrace. The market it will never just pump up like this autumn. Like it look, you see how it's rejected now and it's trying to come a little bit lower. It'll always retrace lower to then go higher. So you don't want to buy when it's all the way up here when it's already high up. You want to buy when it's lower so that you can ride the trend up. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa,
Okay.
when down here you wouldn't want to sell down here. Up here would be a better area to look for sells because you're selling at a
Uh,
higher price. So then there's more money that to be made. Because if you sell down here, you're selling at a lower price. You know what I'm saying?
gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, there's really nothing for me to take at the moment.
Nothing.
So we're
No.
just waiting. We're just gonna wait.
So you gotta be like checking it out
Yeah, just
um,
looking at different time frames, just see.
constantly, right? Like,
Yeah. So we're inside of a lot of inefficiencies. Look, we have more gaps here on the higher time frames. So we need to see how price reacts inside of these areas to depict our bias, because we don't want to trade. We don't want to enter the buy position now, right? We don't want to enter the buy position now, and then price comes up into this area and then rejects on us. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that to happen.
right.
We rather wait, be patient, and just wait for price to trade into the area and react to how price reacts. Whatever price does in the area, then we can react to it. Looks like we're having
Okay.
a move down now. We might have a very massive move down. I'm not gonna lie. I see a very big move down soon. Uh, we can't just pump up like this. We're leaving a lot of liquidity behind. A lot of liquidity we're leaving behind here.
Went above.
We're just pumping, man.
See that? It went above.
There
Now
we
it's
go.
going down.
There we go. This is what I want to see. But
Hmm.
remember, we have this inefficiency here on the 5 minute chart. So I can't
Hmm.
even sell yet because I want to see how price reacts right there inside of
Okay.
this inefficiency. There's nothing for me to
Hmm.
take yet because price hasn't traded out into it. Because we could sell here and then price comes
Hmm.
here and then it rejects. Or we could just wait to
Oh.
see how price reacts in here. Because maybe price
Hmm.
rejects and then maybe we can actually just get a buy position and target up here. You know what I'm saying? So you're better
Okay.
off just waiting. In this game, in this market
Hmm.
game, like it's the less trades you take, the more money you make, man. The more you wait, the better. Like you gotta be taking less trades. You don't want to look for every move because a lot of people are looking for all these moves right here and everything, trying to get into all these moves, and they're just getting caught. They're just getting trapped. Wait, let me refresh my chart. Okay, there we go. I want to see how the S&P is doing. Yeah, S&P is just pumping. I don't want to get trapped here. There's a lot of manipulation going on in the market at the moment. There's really nothing here for me to take.
So you gotta keep watching and waiting until it reaches.
Just to make sure. You see how price is actually rejected in this area, this gray zone right here. Price is
Mm.
leaving that wick behind up here. It's rejected a little bit. I want to
And why
see
is rejected? Why is
because of
rejected?
the
Why?
because it's respected this zone, this little gap that it left
Okay.
because we had such a big dump. This was this was on Friday and this was Sunday night. This was actually last night. All these this big dump we had, this was last night. So because we had such a big move down, we left a bunch of gaps in the market, a lot of inefficiencies in the market,
Got it.
and they act as a magnet. So we always that's why we pumped up so much because we're coming to go test these zones. And what happens is we either disrespect it. If we disrespect it, that means we pump right through them. We pump all the way through them, and then we just keep trading higher. Or we respect it and we reject here, and then we can actually trade lower in the market to target down here. So
Okay.
I like how it's leaving this wick behind. I need this candle to close. This is the 15-minute candle. It closes in actually 2 minutes. It closes in 2 minutes. I want to see how this candle closes to
Okay.
depict my bias, because then maybe I can catch the big move down. Because I'm still bearish on the market. I'm still very bearish. We're leaving a lot of liquidity below on the downside.
Okay.
So I want to look to short down here. All these lines down here are all my targets for the day.
those are your targets. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh, wow. We are just pumping. Yo, you see that rejection there? You see that?
Uh,
So
yeah.
now I'm 100% going to be looking for sells on the market. But the only thing is that we still have this big inefficiency, this big gap here on the 5 minute time frame. So that's my only
Okay.
worry. I couldn't just blindly hit the sell button. I have to be patient and I have to wait to see how price reacts in this zone right here before I even think about selling because I don't want to sell and then price rejects on me and then stops me out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But this is good for my bias because we had a beautiful rejection off of this zone up here. Beautiful rejection. You see how we leave this big wick up here? So at some point
Okay.
during this 50 minute candle just closed. At some point during this 15-minute candle, price was up here and then we still rejected and traded back all the way down to this area. This is
On
where
here.
price just closed on the 15 minute. So we just had beautiful rejection. Beautiful. That's exactly the
Okay.
rejection I wanted to see. So now we just wait.
That
I want to wait and
that
see how.
means that you're gonna have a good day trading.
Yeah,
Like,
that's exactly what I want
okay.
to see. See how price. So price is actually in this zone now. We just tapped into this zone. I actually
Okay.
would rather see a 15 minute kick. Oh no,
What happened?
I don't even want to take anything here because this gap is so big. It's a very big gap. Maybe if we come down here.
Okay.
Hold up. Okay, if we somehow can come down here on the 1 minute chart and we get a
Uh,
close, because we still have a gap here on the 1 minute chart, so I still don't want to enter anything. If we could come down here and we could have a 1 minute candle close below this gap here, I'm gonna take
mm.
shorts to the downside, and these are gonna be all my targets.
Wow.
All right, price is rejected off of this gap.
Mm.
Really, still not anything to take really. Okay,
You okay? Gotcha.
you see how I'm just moving through time frame, just seeing how price is looking at each time frame, just to make sure. See, we're also in.
Mm.
Yeah, there's nothing to take. Really nothing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like anything I'm looking at here, so I'm just gonna keep waiting. And it's also on Monday. When the thing about trading is on Mondays,
Uh-huh.
it's markets a lot slower because the banks
Yeah.
haven't opened their positions yet. So the market, there's just less probabilities inside of the market
Oh, okay.
because the market moves a lot slower. So on Mondays, I don't really go for big moves. I go for whatever I can get, like a small move, maybe small move like this, and then I'll take that and go home. Because
Mm.
on Mondays there isn't really a lot you can you can take.
Okay.
Market moves a lot
Why is
slower.
that? The
Because
Mondays. Why on
the
Mondays?
banks on a Monday the banks haven't really opened their position yet. It's the first business day of the week, the
Okay.
first day of the week.
Right.
What tends to happen is that the market makers they want to see what price does on the Monday to then depict to help them predict how price will do throughout the rest of the week. So they'll take Monday off and just watch what price does, and then on Tuesday, based on what the day before did, then they'll put their positions in the market. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because on Mondays they just want to watch and see. It's the first day of the week. Anything can happen. It's a new day. because the market
Right.
was closed on the weekend. So now they want to see how price reacts and how price does.
And if you want to buy like stocks from, let's say, JP Morgan, can you do that?
On here,
Uh-huh. Can
no,
you do that? Like,
this is different. That's like
uh-huh.
options trading. So this is futures. So this index that I'm trading, the Nasdaq, it's
Uh-huh.
combined of all those different stocks together, like Amazon, Apple, Nvidia,
The 500,
Tesla,
what's the name?
yeah, the S&P 500. Yeah, it's combined of all
S&P.
of that.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's the bigger index for. Oh my God, I might actually, I might actually look for buys here. I'm not gonna lie, cause look at that. Look at the rejection off of the zone. You
Right.
see that rejection? That was a very good
Yeah.
rejection off of that zone.
Uh, r-
So I could actually look for a buy and put my stops. Oh, I might do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm in buys.
You gonna buy?
Yeah, I really like this reaction. I really like this rejection off of this zone here.
So what exactly are you buying right now? Like,
I'm inside of
it
this
shows
trade.
there?
Yeah. So this is the trade. I'm inside of it right now, actually.
Okay. And the price there, like 150,000 minus 40,000. Why is that changing? That's the price of the stock? Oh,
Yeah. This is where price is trading at. So I'm gonna put my
okay.
take profit here. I'm now I move my stops to break even. This is a risk free. Oh my god, this is a very good trade, man.
Hmm.
All right, this is the we came up and we swept these highs here. So what I did was I moved my stop loss to break even. This is a risk free trade. If this came down on me right now, I would not lose money on this trade. It's a risk free trade.
Okay.
So I have my take profit here, and let's see if price hits it. Let's see if price hits my take profit. I just got to be careful because we're inside of another one of these zones. Okay, take profit hit, and I'm done for the day. Wow, that was a very good trade. That was a very good trade. I'm done for the day.
You are?
Yep. Just
Okay.
wow. That was a very good trade, man.
And
That was a very good trade, man.
you,
Huh?
and you made some profits, like
Yeah, I made $1,500 off that trade.
1,500. Nice. Nice.
Wow. That was a beautiful trade I just took, man. You see how price I entered here. This was my entry. I entered here off of this
Mhm.
candle, and then this was my take profit here. So these marks, these are my executions. And I'm recording this whole session too, by the way, so then we can
Okay.
take a look back at it